I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. Can you help me out? Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. Can I get a witness? I don't know about you. Can I get a witness? So these bones here were lifeless. They were useless and they were hopeless. And then it says here that in verse 2, it calls me to pass by them round about. Now, this was God's way of saying to Ezekiel, I want you to get a good look at what is going on around you. You know, sometimes we close our eyes to the things around us. But I hear the Lord saying, you ought to pray, but you ought to also watch. Can I get a witness? Every now and then you ought to watch out for the way things are happening in this world. Can I get a witness? And if we see that they're not pointing to the signs of the times that the Bible is not referring to. Can I get a witness? And it goes on to say, and behold, there were very many in the open valley. And what preacher wouldn't mind pastoring a congregation of so many bones? Can I get a witness? I could just hear somebody telling Ezekiel, there's a vacant church down in the valley. So come on down to Valley Church and preach to this congregation. And I know that you'll be called to be pastor there. Can you get a witness? You have control. You have central heat and there's central air and wall-to-wall carpeting in the valley. And if the musicians don't show up, the mockingbirds and the ravens will sing for you every morning. Can you get a witness? It's a good choir, for God himself wrote the songs that they will sing. And Ezekiel, I know that you love to preach to this congregation. And so Ezekiel church got all excited. But church, when Ezekiel arrived there, to his excitement, I heard Ezekiel say, and they were very dry. Can I get a witness? I don't care who you are. Nobody likes to be in a dead church. Can you get a witness? Churches that are cold, but a church that is dry is in a bad position for a church to be in. A church where somebody is trying to get their fire started and all you have is dry members looking at you like you need to sit down. Can I get a witness? So this created a problem for Ezekiel, because nobody would want to be around anybody that is dry. You don't even want to keep company with a dry person. And to be honest, you don't even want to eat food that's dry. Can I get a witness? And don't you feel bad? Don't feel bad about this, but even dogs don't even like dry bones. If you don't believe me, you just try to give a dog a dry bone. Throw it to a dog, and that dog will take it in the backyard and dig a hole and bury that bone. Because dogs can't stand dry bones. And church, anything that is dry needs to be buried. Is that right? And God said to Ezekiel, son of man, can these bones live? God was saying to Ezekiel, well, you smart. You've been preaching for a long time. Tell me, can these bones live? And Ezekiel knew that he said, yes, these bones can live. That God would say no, that they cannot live. Or if he said no, these bones cannot live, that God would say yes, they can. So Ezekiel answered God by saying, O Lord, thou knowest. Can I get a witness? In other words, you know my secret thoughts. And by saying this, Ezekiel knew that God knows everything. For God is omniscient. He knows everything. Is that right? He knows our names and he knows the numbers on our heads, whether bought or owned. Can I get a witness? Yeah, he knows our zip code. He even knows where some of our criminals are. Can I get a witness? God knows our thoughts before we even think them. And God knows about us so before we even existed. Can I get a witness? For I hear God saying, if we are so smart, well, how high is up? And how deep is down? And how wide is across? Can you tell me where does the wind of the storm go after the damage has been done? Is that right? Well, I heard the Lord say, prophesy upon these bones and tell them, oh, ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Can you witness? God is saying that not only are these bones dead, but the dead bones will also hear the voice of a living God. Can I get a witness? I heard God say, I can tell you many instances where something was dead, was able to hear my voice. Can I get a witness? Just remember Brother Lazarus, he died and was 4 days in the grave. Rigor mortis and gangrene had set in, but Jesus had missed the funeral. Is that right? He showed up in the graveyard. Can I get a witness? I heard him say, show me where you buried him. Is that right? And then Jesus walked up to the tomb and called Lazarus by his name. I heard Jesus say, Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, come forth. And then the Bible says that if Jesus had not called Lazarus by his name, everything that was dead would have got up at the sound of God's voice. Can I get a witness? I want to tell you, if the word of God can penetrate a dead man, certainly it should penetrate a live voice. Can I get a witness? Those who are spiritually dead, can I get a witness? For God, the God I serve, can handle those who are dead. He can certainly handle the biggest problems of those who are alive. Can I get a witness? I heard God say there's an urge in my preachers to preach the word of God. Every time you're in the pulpit, you ought to preach the word of God. Pastor White, you ought to say what thus saith the Lord. Can I get a witness? You see, preaching will bring you out of your valley of dry bones. Preaching, is that right? Preaching, is that right? And the word preaching is spelled P-R-E-A-C-H-I-N-G. And as you take the P off of preaching, you got reaching. And if you take the PR off of preaching,